Hello, and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. Today, this factory will get moving. This will work today, I hope. Okay, dude, I actually want to beacon that. Which means I probably will have issues, because this won't be fast enough. And wait. Yes, hello. This will work. I hope. These... I need to remember exactly what I need to set up. This needs to become a drop-off. Illuminate. Drop-off. I'm gonna figure out how to fuel it. I've got those. We need to get this one. It's so close to functional. I'll leave the ship. Ship is full, so I can get it flying to us. I don't know what this planet's called. Ashizar. I'm gonna cut this down to 60 for safety. Yeah, today will go well. How are you doing today? I need to make sure nothing else is missing. I probably could have grabbed some modules, but that's fine. Not super pressing. Let's get this out of my inventory. On. Oh. It definitely sounds like something. Like if even just the Vita processing is like a meaningful task to figure out, and then the science itself, it'll be... I mean, it does sound like something to look forward to, at least. I'm assuming it's not, like, frustrating. I'm assuming it's just kind of different, and so it takes longer to figure it all out. Power. These can merge. Well, that actually merges pretty well. If it was the other way around, it'd be better, but they will be 50-50 enough. That makes it sound like stuff that... Yeah, I guess it's stuff where it might not be as much of a concern for me, given the heavily drone-based system for my science for now, but I'm assuming you're still doing very belt-heavy, which would... That's not right. That's a bad idea. I should really... Instead of having a little up and then down, it makes more sense to just put it a little lower. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Oh, but I guess trains is where you're at for that, aren't you? Which is its own task. Okay, what are these guys doing? Where is my ship? Sulfuric acid ship is... Okay, so fine. Probably go just a little faster. Well, actually, it can't go faster. I think this is my speed limit for 2 engines. We might as well leave that at 80, because it won't reach it. Oh, no, I mean the asteroid belt now, but yeah, that's fine. Fast. Okay. Everything should get together once I have the train. 4 of those is enough to start, though. Which is... I need 2 sets. 4 sets. This will output 4. This is 4, but that's not an even 4. 1 of these and 3 of those. Okay. Oh. 6 biosludge recipes sounds like it would certainly be a time. What a weird... Okay, probably just get myself some space to work with. I really hate this 20 stack ore. Picking up these, filling up my inventory super quickly. Oh, I didn't really, This is a bad layout. Because I was planning, bring it here, split it up, and then feed it back in, but with the current thing, it's kind of questionable. Oh well, desired input speed on each side is about 1.5. Nope, it's about 1. 1 above, 1 below. No, ingredients. Yeah, 1.5. 1.5 in for each pair, which means 0.75 of a belt. Which means 1 belt top, 1 belt bottom is fine. That should be input. It's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of interested in doing. I bet bio's weird. Can be very odd. So I want this to be like that. I want to split 3 in, 4 out. The normal, simple thing should be fine for that. Oh, but it's only 2 out actually. 3 in, 2 out is kind of messy. Or 3 and 2 out's kind of ugly, but... Remarkable. But I only need the 2 out. I guess I could... clear that. There's probably some flaw with this. which is that this splitter's not needed, that splitter's not needed. I'm just merging those. Probably an issue with what I did here. I'm gonna not worry about it for now, because it will work enough. Oh, actually, I need to... Oh no, I do have a splitter. Nice. I just need to make sure that I don't have this running when these aren't running, because if this is running, these are just outputting nothing. It'll fill up, and then it might have issues. This input might be wrong. I might need to... Oh no, it should be fine, even if I fill it up. I just don't think I should let it run. It feels like there's something wrong here, but I'm gonna leave it how it is. That's half. I need the other half running here, which will need me to get the train set up, which will need this to fill up. Get rid of that. It's definitely an issue with how I'm approaching this. But I'm currently operating with my head not thinking at all. Just getting stuff moving. I might need a lot of inserters. I have a lot. Good. I might not have enough steel chests. Yeah. Visualizing certainly helps me a lot in this game. I get, not visual, seeing it helps understand it. Oh, I don't want that in my inventory. Okay, these do nothing right now. I'm letting these guys grab all the garbage real quick. That should be fine. Oh, I don't have any fast inserters, so I'm gonna have to adjust the blueprint. Train load. Upgrade. Save blueprint. Don't really need to fly here. Wonderful. Nice and practical. This will load. I'm running 2 of these, which means it feels really weird to merge stuff just to split it later, but it does, practically speaking, it does reduce the number of belts I need to place, so it's not a waste of time. That's a little better. That side's where I want it to go. Okay, now the train will have issues, but this will just be called pickup. I will place a train that should follow normal train rules. There's no refuel station, which I'm not going to deal with for now. I'm going to temporarily just fill it with wood. Oh yeah, because it's not going to be centered properly. Go to pickup. remove refuel. This should still take it to the drop-off, where nothing should happen. Yeah, nothing will happen, so that's fine. I really do need to figure out how I'm gonna fuel this. I could steal rocket fuel. Yeah. I think for this one, I don't think it could get faster. Actually, ignoring buffers. With buffer chests on the other side, it would fill faster. Which, if I'm thinking... faster filling once it gets here might be worth it, just because of how small this whole system is, but I'm gonna build my unloader. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put a requester chest. I'm gonna request processed stuff. Cap it. Input there. I'll have to see if the output will need to be sped up at all. I'm thinking it shouldn't, but... oh, actually, now that if I upgrade this, these are the same now. The only distinction between the loading and unloading was the side that the fast inserters were on. Which means it's kind of silly, but... okay, this is gonna merge with this guy. It's gonna run right up here. One, two, three. Copy that, flip it vertically, which does change it, right? It shouldn't, and it didn't. I want this to be on the... I want that, so I want... wait, oh, that one's... yes. Well, let's go there, which is worse, because I need to move it here. That's already flawed. Very bad design. I'm... bleh. Okay. Then... I'm lost because I confused myself. This is in the wrong spot. It's too close. But I don't have the space. This is gonna look bad. Is this needed? Probably not. Inputs. So that is moving in theory. Now my spaceship needs to anchor, I mean, right about there. Which I'm gonna figure out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of issues with this. But I'm thinking that it's very bad. Realistically, I don't actually think I need this, how I've set it up at all. But like, I could probably put one fully into a side and split the other side and it would be fine. Oh, I didn't fix this. Whoopsies. I want to turn this so that it wouldn't fill up the whole thing, but it did. Yeah. Yes. Yes, this splitter does nothing, which would make it look better. I'm gonna leave it for the moment. I'm gonna try first to figure out how I want this to land. If I can put the clamp here, then I want the top corner there to line up, I assume. Which means I want it to be here. Oh, on Novus, that's fine. Assuming that I want the clamp to be facing that way. Let's disconnect those, because those probably shouldn't be there long term. Verify integrity. Ooh. It went up because of how that exists. That's close. Okay. Holmium sulfuric acid 1. I should change that to sulfuric acid tip for now, just to sort of see. Spaceship limit. I don't know how that would matter on the ship itself, because this is the ship's clamp. Maybe I don't want to mess with that. Scheduler. Oh wait, is it not that I need the clamp here? Oh. Oh yeah. Horizontal flip? Okay. That is... Boom. This one is sulfuric acid. Oh, I don't know how to spell. The limit 1. If I go back here, clamps. The clamps can be seen as analogous to the train stop. The clamp has 2 identifying properties: its direction, left or right facing, and its name. Schedule ignores the clamp ID. A clamp destination in the scheduler must have the correct direction. Oh, I have to do this in the console, I guess. Yes, okay. Record interrupts. I'm not going to do interrupts yet. I could probably mess with that eventually. Okay, so as long as... So do I have to connect... As long as these line up? Oh, hello. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to try to figure this scheduling out a bit. Okay, sulfuric acid ship to sulfuric acid. Add destination, any zone. Using the frontmost left clamp with the name sulfuric acid ship, wait condition until I will need a circuit condition, which would mean I would want to read that, I assume. Oh, but I'd need to connect. I thought this read the whole thing. I guess I... Oh no, still 0 would be the same. So I go into the scheduler. Or I don't, because I'm not in map view. Weird. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And then if I wanted to, I could wire this to that as well. There, constant. I want to circuit, which is sulfuric acid equals a constant of Change comparing with a constant by clicking on circuit. Comparing with a constant. Okay, that's what I want. 0. This is what it weights normally. Ship details, yeah. Because I'm gonna get sidetracked. Because yeah, this is like I can read, I guess, where it is. I don't know what those are yet, but oh no, those are like durability, maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot you can kind of look at there. But back to scheduler. That is one step. Then the next is I need to actually have a clamp on Novus. Probably should have done that. Whoops. I can't build it because I have all the clamps with me, which is also a bad idea, but did the ship pick up all of the... I think the ship picks up the concrete that's under it. That's interesting. Or, no, the concrete must get replaced when the... I don't know, the concrete's gone. Yeah, okay. I guess I was hoping concrete could stay under it, but that's not a big issue. It just makes it a little harder right now to know exactly where I would need to put a clamp. But I can't put a clamp till I'm back here anyway, so... Maybe somewhere in this space. I'll have to get a clamp placed there manually later, because I can't do that now. Oh, I also need to figure out this. The real reason I need the ship, which is getting sulfuric acid into here. Lamp, sulfuric acid, which it probably doesn't make too much of a difference if I made it force output, unless I put down tanks. Because now, if I do this, it'll extract this all, and I won't have to sit here. Yeah. I was thinking if I didn't have an actual buffer on this side, it would be sitting there for a long time anyway. Because there's so little volume for it to go into. Team needs to figure it out, that's not that bad. But now that I have a proper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, 8. I'm bad at counting. Just do extra, just to be immediate. If I can fly back, I can ride that ship back. Or I could just put the clamp in the chest. Oh, okay, don't trash unrequested. Put the clamp in the chest, and then it will go back when I send it back automatically. While I'm here, there's a lot of stuff. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, actually. That's kind of fun. I've never actually used tanks like this, where it's in the middle. Because why would I? Where are these? Here always, okay. So, I need to get these delivering. These are easy enough to deliver. This just looks so wrong. The cryonite rods are easy. I can set this just to deliver to cryonite rods anywhere. Any landing pad, cryonite. What did I call this landing pad? I thought it was just cryonite rods. It is. Any landing pad with a name. Oh, I have to actually select it. Okay. Cryonite rods. I can automate it, but for now I won't. I'm pretty sure there should only be one cryonite rod landing pad. Yeah, there's a big one there, which I assume means it's the only one. If I put down another one and called it cryonite rods, there would be a 2. Now there's a 1. Okay, that should be able to launch. I can set it to automatic, but for now I'm gonna keep an eye on it manually. Plastic, I need to start loading onto a launch pad here. I want to copy that. Best place to steal plastic looks to be over here. It's not ideal, there's issues with it. But it shouldn't be any different than anywhere else for now. So 4 for the moment. Place that. 1 of those. 10 of those. Which doesn't need to technically be more, it can be less than that. Don't need the beryllium. The beryllium could have been plastic. And I'll put like 2 of these. This will need to be set to launch to plastic. I will need to get rocket fuel, which I forgot I would need to supply, which means this will not work. Which means I will not do that, because that's a bad idea. Rocket fuel, I could just continue down here. And just add a requester chest for plastic. That will not request from buffer chests. I need power. There are many issues with this. I actually could have put this right in the middle. I can do that later. Okay, they should be fine. It'll be a little weird on the filling. It'll have some issues, I think. It means I probably should get a better buffer of plastic. What is with this? Bad planning is what is with that. I didn't put that in a position where it would be convenient. Could I just move it up? No, because I won't save any space. And eat up all the plastic. Which is fine for now. This is empty. That's empty because that's iron. Okay, that's a problem with how I did this. What I should have done is hijack that instead. That would have been the correct thing to do. Instead, I caused myself many problems. By just not thinking. Water rocket fuel. This will take a long time to fill up. I only need 400 per minute. I want to run it for an hour. 2400 would be enough. But if I launched it right now, I could run it for an hour, I think. That's not right. There's no way. The math was wrong. 24,000? 24,000 is much more likely to be correct. Dropping a zero is easy. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes per 20. Yeah, that's much more. 12 times 20. Ooh. That train's going faster than I thought these had been. But I haven't changed anything. Interesting. Time to make a fuel processor. Iron and stone bricks. Which will need me to make like a stone furnace. Just so that I can cook stone to make stone bricks. Everything is weird. Oh, yeah, but I don't even have iron here. I didn't bring any, which means I'm gonna have to cook some manually. I should really just do... this. Should be enough for this emergency craft that I can never find on this interface because I've been looking in the wrong spot. 13. Perfect. 10 bricks. Perfect. I make the single cylinder engines and the iron plates. Oh, I can actually cook the iron in this at least. There. Hopefully, this should be enough for like one train running back and forth. I don't think I'm even going to need multiple mining drills. Wherever that coal was. Down here? I have no idea. Coal. Down there. I can probably just have mining drills going straight into a provider chest of some variety. Thinking passive, but it's probably better to put it into a storage chest. Oh, it's a chest at the warehouse. Warehouse down. They're slightly bigger than that. It's gonna bug me. Stagger them a little. Power. This should provide... Oh wait, no. I don't want the storage. It needs to be processed. Needs to go into one of these, which is not going to be as convenient. It's too small. There. The inserter won't be able to go directly. This is intentionally goofy. Oh. Wish everything was either even or odd. It's not a mix of the two. Boom. Processed fuel. This needs to be restricted to processed fuel. And the requester chest can take the processed fuel. I didn't finish running the roboports. Yep, I missed a step. Boom. That is just out of logistics range. Ooh. Super close. What a shame. Just add one there. Get rid of this. Get rid of all this garbage in my inventory. This should be getting on the way. Perfect. That'll keep these fueled. That's fine. The sulfuric acid's fine. The plastic, that's here. Oops, I swapped those. That was silly. That will distribute. No problem. Steam is easy. I just need to get plastic delivering. Plastic. I think it should fill reasonably quickly. Oh yeah, that will fill plenty fast. Why is it not filling faster? Is my request too small? No. Oh, okay. I didn't account for slow input. This should be actually pretty quick. Because I should wait until it's full. But I will launch on cargo full, because if I lose all this plastic, it's way less of an issue. Logistics storage keeps up. I guess, yeah. I had one inserter outputting and 3 inserters inputting. I didn't actually think about it in a direct. Anything going into here, going out there is equivalent. Or like equal, whatever the best description is. Okay, that's gonna fill fast. Goes full speed, it will be 8. I've done the math before. I don't know, 8 times 2.5. About 20, 40, 60 items per second. Which is pretty quick. So 36 stacks. These should fill. 1. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. With 2 seconds per stack. 1,000 seconds. 13, 16 minutes, 17 minutes till full from 0. It's not that far. And that will ship to here. I still need to get the steam, which I had requested on my spaceship. We'll be providing steam here. The steam here runs fully across the top, and I did not leave space. Ooh, I left just enough space for this to cross at the early steps, so that I only need 1 input. Probably put the boiler there. That's pretty good. And it's a weird recipe, maybe? Nope, it's not a weird recipe. It is just sideways. 100 out. This is calling for any temperature of steam, I think. Water in should be somewhere in a chest. It's a mystery. Pump. It's here. It's one of the hardest things to spot. The offshore pump. Water. Producing steam. Feeding into there. These don't output water. I just need the steam in, which makes sense for the product. It's just surprising, kind of mechanically, that I don't have to deal with output water. There's so many byproducts in all these recipes that having one that doesn't have 1,000,001 byproducts is kind of surprising. Okay, I still need to hook up water there, but I need to do copper over here. Currently I feed copper in there is the intended method. This is 615 per minute, which if I beacon them, yeah, I can do it with one machine. I think if I just do it with two machines, that's even... Excellent point. I was even staring at the fact that those were not functional. Actually, how many belts? Copper 0.2, good. So I should be fine with just direct output. 1, 2, in, out, copper. Oh, maybe I should do a bigger chest. I probably want a chest that would draw the entire 6,000 copper from there, because I will need more than that. So I should shift up a bit. Make space for a bigger chest. I don't know what size, because actually they're all even now. Goes from 1x1 to 2x2 to 4x4, no 3x3. And I only brought normal requesters. That's a shame. Guess I can just have two chests that are each requesting 3,000. It'll probably have minor issues. Buffer chests. This should now get all emptied out. This needs to be set to request from buffer chests. This will not worry about getting the whole set of chests here because that's not important. The big defense cannons that I placed somewhere. Oh, they're there. Oh, wow. They're different color than I thought they were. I'll just put a chest. Chests at each of them. Inputs. Logistics. Or not logistics. Be able to find the roboports in the inventory without just searching roboport. Oh, I forgot. I can't see. Okay. My mistake. This is meteor. This is defense ammo times, let's say, 40 each. It will probably have issues until it catches up, but that will empty out that and that. That's fine. The ship just needs to empty the rest. I guess that's the other circuit. The big circuit is this. Can I... could probably figure out some sort of circuit with a bunch of other stuff to track if... It's probably just a function that would let me keep track of if stuff is being requested from, but I probably add constant. I could add a weight condition. That and I think I want that and add this, add a circuit condition, move said circuit condition up. That and that, or that and that. This is 60 seconds past, 120, no, 360. 360 seconds past, and sulfuric acid equals 0. So if it's sitting here, that's fine. Or sulfuric acid equals 0 and copper equals 0. Also add... I should probably also add a limit for collecting the Holmium Ingots, but that will wait for now. That would be reliant on this being equal to 0. I actually have to connect these, but this is Holmium Ingot is, let's say, greater than equal to 2950. It should be 3000, but if it's close enough, it's close enough. Okay, those are doing fine. I'm surprised. Oh, I bet I didn't set this to request from buffer chest. Yep. That should be fine. Those are full enough. Just have to set this mess up. This is my ship. This doesn't need to go anywhere yet. Copper is coppering. That's filled up there. This doesn't run until I get plastic. Once I have plastic and I hook up this water, I'll be good to go. Okay, so the water will need to be... Didn't really leave space to make this nice. Yeah, it's really not... Run water here. And that runs into that, so that's not what I want. I could run the water along that, which will be a little clunky looking, but I could also... here wouldn't be too bad. Flip it vertically. Be careful about this. I don't know why that cleared my copy paste. That's there. That should work. I feel like there's already issues, but boom, water there. Water there. Now I need plastic for the exchange beads. And here's the plastic, just on time. I'm gonna need to deal with all this excess garbage with the cargo rocket stuff, but the factory might be moving except for the fact that this is sitting here doing nothing. I never hooked that up because I didn't finish adding that input. Yes, so this is input there, priority, input priority right. Now I can get this moving again. And now I get to see if it's all broken. Or if it works kind of on the first try. That's broken. I bet I hit R while just looking at it at one point accidentally. And there's a chance that that's been mirrored down here. But it'll be pretty obvious if it's been mirrored. That has something wrong. What this has wrong is that I overfilled this because that was not controlled properly. It might be fine, but it looks like there's problems on the top. If the bottom's running fine though, then that is because I let that belt get filled up before I was actually ready to do anything. Have I actually produced any output yet? Yes, I have. This has gone into here, this has gone into there. It's made its way into here. I don't have that producing yet. That is something that I still have to do. That will be requester chest. I can probably move over to requester chest for... I can't spell. Vulcanite blocks. Which will need another one of these guys. It will, for now, exist right here. This will only grab Vulcanite. So, do I have a properly labeled Vulcanite landing pad yet? I don't think so. I really should. This won't launch until the landing pad is empty. Amount of jetpack fuel. I think there's probably some issues with this. Oh, okay, that's a pretty simple issue. It explains a fair bit. I still haven't set up my sand excess, so I will have to address that. I connected this one, but not the other one. That's funny. Oh, no, this is the sand excess. Okay. For once, I actually was on top of it. Didn't look like it. These aren't running because I don't... Yes. I don't have the pyroflux yet. Boop, boop, boop. I really shouldn't do that. That's silly. I really should just... do that. I'll have to deal with other stuff. That's for a later moment. Okay, this seems to be fine-ish. I expect a lot of this is not running at speed, even without it backing up. This will just be called Vulcanite. I go to Vulcanite Planet, and I set this. Okay, I go to Hagen, and I find my landing pad. I need a new landing pad that I need to call Vulcanite, because I do need to update this properly. Appropriately address. It's a T? Yes, it is. That will need to be added. I can address that later. I'm missing power, I can deal with that. But this can be targeted at any landing pad with the name, misspelled name, Vulcanite. I should fix that spelling now. Vulcanite. Did that update? Cool. So, I will not let that auto launch yet. I haven't set up the other places just yet. This will land, this will output. This has a bunch of sand that will be used, it'll make a bunch of pyroflux. Double pipe is not necessary, but I thought it was better symmetry. Fine. Get to work unloading, please. Get to work converting. Pyroflux is flowing. Slowly. It'll take a little while. Because it's not beaconed like it should be, because I don't have enough modules. I'll let it run slow for now. How much is needed? 10. This is gonna take a while before it goes. I just want the first few ingots to be made. And once the first few ingots are made, I can leave. Wow, those, like, individual biters last a very long time. But now it's moving. Some of these do not have any. That does not look right. How does that not have holmium powder? Oh. Fair enough. If I put it the wrong way, it doesn't work. Oh, and I didn't finish. That step. Okay, those all reach good. These all produce. These are all not sand because I didn't connect the sand yet because I forgot because it was easy. Very easy task. I guess I can... It's a very low sand rate. But it is at least something obvious that I forgot. I don't know, found something that I've already forgotten. Maybe I'm less likely to have forgotten something else. Oh wait, I can probably just feed these separately. Which feels like it will cause problems. one side dies, one side will keep running, and then I don't know if I break something somewhere. Here goes the sand, and I just still didn't put an actual output there. Which will probably be a bigger passive rider than that, but I can't fly that far yet. It'd be slow to run just to get a chest. Boom. It is kind of working. I guarantee I'm gonna run into more issues soon. Ooh, is that one having trouble grabbing because of the angle? It's unlikely to cause problems, but it is a consideration. Okay, it is sort of working. This did not work. This has issues. So the easiest solution, short term, to get it moving again is to rotate that. Yes, my input system's flawed, which I'm not surprised by. Considering I built it without anything moving, so I just sort of went for it. The issue is everything's on one side here, and that causes continuous issues. Yeah, this needs to be split out more, probably. Having it all go onto there to there causes too many issues. I can probably fix this easily enough. If I split this to the left, if this is left on this, and then this instead just circumvents that, I think it's fine. I might have to move stuff around. Can I... For now, this I can wait for this, but if I do that, yeah, no, can't do that. If I cut this, put that there, that will have obvious issues. But if I shift stuff to the right, that can merge correctly. Oh, I think there's already an issue with this. I could control it even... probably just leave what I had, which had obvious issues. And I could just control that input. And then it will cause other issues, but if I have this read the all belts, enabled, disabled, based on, nope, that's not enabled, disabled. That feeds to this, which is enabled, disabled, based on Holmium, fresh Holmium? Enabled if it is less than 10 or something. Has obvious issues because I'm not reading here. But if I set this to a like 50 or something, it's probably a number at which this will work, and I won't have to rebuild the entire thing. I think it's already flawed. I think if I rebuilt it entirely, I would change how I set up the splitters, because the splitters splitting into that splitter is, I think, the bottleneck. But if I watch through it, I think this is working. And it looks nice, where I think different splitters would look worse. So using circuits, I mean, it's part of the game, so it's a fully functional method. I think turn on the anion exchange beads, which is fine. Except for the fact that I don't know why I'm short. I'm short because I didn't place all my outputs. I didn't place most of my outputs. Oops, no, it's not supposed to be there, it's supposed to be there. Very silly. I don't know why these outputs are not here. Did I pick them up because I didn't have enough inserters with me? Or no, I just missed them while putting it together. This is probably going to have other issues that I'm going to need to control as well, now that I'm actually outputting the correct amount. This will gain a circuit. What does this do? Input, no. I will read the bigger block, so that's probably fine. Anion exchange speed less than like 100. I copy that, move it vertically. I should be able to fix the issues. Then I can copy this, flip it vertically, and I think I'll have to tweak the numbers. But it should work, I think. Yeah, this died because it doesn't output enough to feed it forever. Okay, the upper side is currently a little short on that stuff. So this will go up to 100. Which might instantly be unusable, but it's going to be controlled there, so it might be okay. I'll try this one at 75. This side looks like it's fine. The anion exchange beads might be a little too much, but I think it's just clumped. I think once it's less clumped, it'll be fine. I'm hoping it will declump. I have zero basis that it will. It's moving. I'm full on sand. These are moving. is my production at the intended rate? It shouldn't be, because I'm definitely short on pyroflux and beacons and modules and all that. Those are all short. But currently, I'm at about 50 a minute, which is only a quarter of what I want, but considering everything, that's fine for now. Do I think I should. Temporarily copy 2 of these. To speed this up. That should work. To help speed this mess up. Okay, that looks, yeah, there should be enough pyroflux now, assuming these are all running properly and I didn't miss any spots. That one's short on that, which is currently fine. These are low on the chloride compared to what they could be doing. This side's overfull because the liquid is not going because I didn't adjust this. That's pretty silly. Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't finish the mirroring, but it didn't need to mirror perfectly. So that will help. I was making 50 with this being under and only half of this doing anything, which is okay. Just need those pipes to get placed. I could probably do with more bots. They're all in place. Those are empty. These are running. Those are empty. That's what should be happening. These are running as they should be. There's a lot of sand being produced though. But the sand is not even. Oh no, it is not excess sand. It's just that this and that were not appropriately set up. This is backlogged there because it's catching up. Ooh, the output's not fast enough. I thought the output was fine. Guess I need to adjust that. I thought that the output based on items per minute. Oh, I was thinking items. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Adjust to get more output. Oh. Actually, it's kind of even more. This has 2 and it's still hitting its capacity. I can't cut this and move it. I have to do it manually. If I don't, it will do exactly that. Then I can put another output here. Slightly lacking. But if it's working through the backlog, once the backlog's through, it should be fine. assuming everything before is running at capacity, or design capacity, not absolute capacity for the amount of machines. 78 per minute. Approaching, so, checking each stat. I should be making about 5k crushed holomite. I'm making 2k because I'm struggling somewhere. And I think that somewhere is just that this is full. These are slightly too limited, I think. Probably something that could be done with math instead of just fiddling with the numbers, but I could try to find the revolution. Full revolution takes X amount of time. These drain X per minute each. It's probably easy enough now, but it is slightly under still. Could easily go 175. What is the recycling rate? It provides 50% return. So as long as it should be fine. Because half of it returns and it's catching up. This step is fine for now. This 175. 175 is probably the upper limit. I need to check my production of holmium chloride. Holmium chloride is sitting at 1.5k per minute. It's been on an upward trend to about 2.4, 2.5. Holmium chloride should be about 3, so it's only a little under, and it's still climbing, so it might reach that still. From there, I need 7k powder for it to be running at the intended design speed. Okay, I think I have the correct amount of anion exchange beads, almost. These can carry 45 items. No, it's 5 each. 10, 15. It was 8 each. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 223. 160. 184 is the capacity for that. Might be just that need time to catch up more. Okay, now that's the issue, which is fine. I think what I just need here is to change the input. This was input further back. It would be managed more effectively. I can also there. And then I can tick this up to... Why is it only one-sided? Because that's flawed, because this is flawed. Which does not surprise me. So, this whole system is bad. I can fix it. Yes, because I do need to feed off this line for it to actually be proper split, which hasn't caused a problem down here because of the extra splitter that was at the end. Top size I want to adjust that. Oh, yeah, and that's dead because still issues. This is not catching up as fast as I thought it would. And this is backlogged. Then update this side. Double beacon. Ah, that's actually a good thing. Sort of. Nothing. I need to address more stuff here. Do I need faster input? Maybe. I do have space for it, but I shouldn't need it. I guess it's a stack size issue. Because this only goes up to like 8 in the, or 10 in here, it can't move quite as, it can't move 16 plus items per second if it's only moving 4 per rotation. Drop that off. Drop off more trains here. Drop them here. I don't need to actually put them in a specific type of chest. Still carrying space rails with me. That split. Oh, that split needs to be the other way, doesn't it? Should they both be pulling from the internal? They probably should be. They should both be pulling from that, I think. I think is also something that's wrong over here. Which I can move that, it's fine. Okay, this looks to be... nothing's jamming. Production is... okay, it's currently at the intended production rate. It's probably gonna not maintain it, but currently it's working, which is a good first step. That's not a good first step, having these robots turn around just before delivering. This one is almost 2/3 full. This one is 2/3 full. It's getting close to the first delivery. It has been less bad than I was worried it would be. I expected more. Oh, and I'm also out short on modules, so I probably won't hit the intended speed stably. The fact that it's hitting it at all is kind of surprising, but it's working, and I'm happy about that. I will probably find out that there's something that I forgot, and I'm glad I spotted it now. I need to deal with that. I don't know how I want to deal with that. The simple and incorrect solution is to just throw it into chests and forget about it. I think I need to plan to put it into chests that can then be used to ship the end product. Because it should be fewer rockets coming in than would need to go out if I was shipping every bit out, but just via the rocket, which is not what's going to happen. For now, I have a chest here. I don't know why I have a chest there. I think for now I put it in... I set up a couple of chests. A big storage chest. And a... yeah, storage warehouse, sure. I'll grab some of these just to be extra careful. I will warehouse the normal parts because they can be grabbed and fed into the end product. This needs to be blacklisting that and plastic, which doesn't need to be both. I just want it to be lazy. I'll get that into there. Then I want one that blacklists the, or I mean, you can just whitelist the thing called cargo. Nope. Pod. Nope. What is it called? Space capsule. I never remember the name. Into strongbox. I'll do 2 just for symmetry. And that will deal with that for now. If I then set this to those, I can active provider. I can use the active provider. Nope, cancel that? Whatever. It's fine. I can use the active provider. Why was there only one space capsule in there? Weird. I can active... I must have grabbed it. I can active provider this output so that it goes to those storages, and then I can deal with it all in one place. That, and... that. It's a particularly bad base bug attack. I guess I should blow some more up. Haven't done any of this today. But it looks like the factory's working. I'll have to figure out how I want to... the scheduler. Spaceship scheduler I still have to deal with. But that has to wait anyway. But I need to deal with how I want to deliver the metal to where it is needed. I'm thinking space will be delivered via a cargo rocket. And for now I will just live with shipping it to Novus via my spaceship. And then the spaceship, it can then be launched into orbit to do the early research, probably. Obviously having the spaceship land in space would be more fuel efficient. A lot of bugs. just gonna bombard where I hope I will get some hits. It's very weird they walked into that one, and then I just stopped. Not surprising, just weird. Wiping out half of this large cluster should be enough for now, considering I look like I might run out of ammo soon. Why is it only 6? These are firing from here. There, they're fully out of ammo. Except for 4, but it's not accurate. What is with this? Oh, it probably fires from the close ones first. And if I fire them with enough of a delay, these can shoot multiple times. So these get consumed first, where the ones at the back are slower, leaving a bunch of this just kind of sitting here. That makes enough sense to me. These are not producing because I don't have radar. I don't have radar because I don't have electronic circuits. That doesn't look right. The electronic circuits shouldn't be coming from here. They were. Weird. Electronic circuits are bad because this is a bottleneck that I really should have addressed a million years ago. But because it's unrelated to other stuff, it's actually not an issue still. Oh, I have to follow it backwards. From here, that splits there. He's there and over to here. Where does this come from? This splits into that, which feeds those. There comes from there. This splits off of that. That is creating more laser turret. I'm surprised it needs to craft many at all. But maybe it's a space request. Okay, that could be faster. I don't think it's not actively causing a problem that this is a yellow belt, but okay, that is potentially an issue. Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that that is part of the issue here. Wonderful. Upgrade to blue. Be careful with these undergrounds. That feeds to there. To keep an eye on if there is anything. Sign with the weird overlap. Currently, none of this looks broken. That's that. Just focus on one thing at a time. What is this? I don't know why that's there. It was probably meant to future-proof, but the fact that it was unneeded means that now it's confusing. Okay, this should give me better radar. I could just use spot, but that's less fun. This looks fine. This has helped a lot. A very visible improvement. Could just be because of temporary issues, and that's going to mean that I'm draining green circuits faster or something, then it'll be a problem. But for now, it should help. Once this is no longer an artificial bottleneck. This bottleneck is, however, a potential issue still. Yeah, that's better. Not much better. Because it's still a fraction of a belt. That should fix that, which should give me more artillery ammo. But fix is an overstatement. I'll give me more radars, give me more artillery, let me blow more stuff up. Now, data. As I expected, it went back down because it was just catching up. But the facilities can maintain that, which is good. Everything kind of slowed down a bunch. I should probably consider making a goofy emergency sand, like in case something just isn't working right. I really wish I could just copy that and get stats from it. That's under, which means that this is under because I didn't update that. These are fine. This looks good, actually. I just need to update the top and the bottom to match the top. Yeah, because I didn't add that. So now this should supply more, which will help with this. The stone is gonna fill up a lot faster than I thought. Which means that, separate from what I was originally planning, I am just gonna make a lot of landfill. So it's just, I'm not in a position where shipping stone feels worthwhile. Landfill. Copy that, vertical flip. Paste it there. I don't want to worry about the stone. This is not moving because this is not moving. That's not outputting because that's not going because that's full. I don't know how that happened. Oh, because that's full. I mean, if this is full, that's fine. If this whole section doesn't run, as long as it can catch up once this is there, I'm out of copper. That's actually incredibly understandable, because this is not set up to move back and forth yet, and it can only provide about half of the needed copper. Which is the solution to which is actually to just make another one of these. Copy, why is that there? Copy that. Switch this to copper. Switch this to copper. And launch this to copper, which I do not have. This will output all of its copper into a couple of these because I am lazy. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Boom. This needs to be reverse of this. This needs to be called copper. Copper plate, specifically. Because later it will be ingots, but for now I'm just going to deal with copper plates, short term. Ingots would be better. I don't have ingots. Once I make a planet for ingots, it'll be better. But that will get this. That'll get copper plates to here. Once I have copper plate there, I should be able to supply the copper I need here, which is what has killed the entire crafting process. Because I forgot that this was not enough in any way. But, boom, that's full. That's full. That has the extra clamps. I'm going back anyway. This is going back to Novus. Go. I hope I don't make a mistake. So going back to Novus is never going to cause problems. That planet needs a control. Needs a pin. Control 6. Holmium. So I could launch my ship back. I can leave it here for now though. It doesn't really need to move right away. Oh, I requested those back. I should put a requester chest right here with robots. Boom. And robot. Boom. With inputs to get me all of my robots out of here. This will probably cause me issues, but if I temporarily ditch a bunch of this, ditch that, same here, ditch some of this in the area, I need to remember to turn this back on. Leave some of this in chests nearby. That can be ditched. And I just need to remember to turn this back on after I leave. If I just trash unrequested, trash everything, I forget. Much easier. And it'll empty all of this stuff. This one I don't want to trash unrequested. That's empty enough. Emptying. That's emptied almost. Yeah, that off. So it'll take a little while for this to catch up. But everything here should be nice and good once all this stuff is emptied. Then I can send this back to Novus with me and then use it for its intended purpose, which is sort of just flying around. Ooh, you know what? That's a funny little mistake. I hope I didn't put this too close. I don't think I did. I think width-wise that's fine. I love that the spaceship landing destroys all the garbage on the ground. It makes it pretty clear where it landed. That does help. Wonderful. Kind of neat. Is that... It is fine, okay. All my bots are probably busy. Everything is stopped, which is fine. Fuel is fine. Okay. Unhappy robots. Oh yeah, it's not doing that. Fine. Have they placed it down yet? No, they have not. Could have some of these. Shouldn't I? Should I actually just not have... I didn't. Okay. That is a bit of an issue. I also misaligned that. That's pretty funny. So I can temporarily set up a couple of these. Draw all the stone to it. This will draw... What else do I have a ton of that I don't... I guess I can also draw the pipes. Which actually I want the pipes in the other one because they're already there. Pipe. Pipe to ground. And normal pipe. There'll probably be some issues that will arise. I don't think this is going to solve my problems. These are a lot less than I thought they did. $512. 256 storehouse. Oh, I put a storehouse down, not a warehouse. That's why. Okay. That makes sense. I should put... Okay. No, stop. Cancel. Can't. Cancel. Copy. Needs to not be horrible. I didn't bring as many chests as I thought I did. Unless I have them all in my inventory and that's why they're not there. Wonderful. I'm really good at these estimates. Because I'm pretty sure it just landed. Okay, this needs to line up. Here? Oh goodness, I wish I could actually see it more accurately. So. The dip down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So dip down 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this doesn't look like it's moving in increments of 1. But 1. Oh, that's 2. 4. Whatever, this is as good as I think I'm gonna get. Okay, that is the correct position. Good. So. clamp there. This is Novus. Novus sulfuric resupply. Spaceship limit 1. So now I can schedule this and Novus sulfuric resupply to wait on we can only have 3. That's weird. Maybe we can only have 3 blank ones. Rocket, liquid, rocket fuel equals 400,000. Fuel rods greater than equal to 800. The copper is not important. Holmium equals 0 is pretty important. For now, short term. Long term I'll need to change it, but Holmium ingot equals 0. Now why can I only have 3? Oh, because I have to scroll down, and it's just coincidentally perfectly aligned. Okay. The full fuel is necessary. That is non-negotiable. This is slightly flexible. That's ideal to empty. I do, however, need to build a requester. I didn't leave any rocket silos there. I probably should have. But I can send them back. So simplest would be a big requester. Should have left some of these to spare there. Oh well. Big requester, but maybe I want to buff. I probably want a buffer chest to draw all the holmanite, which probably wouldn't work. I'd have to have a requester. I probably need a requester feeding into a storage chest. Oop, I don't have rocket fuel yet. I'm very close to just getting run over. That. I need to put the spaceship clamp somewhere. There's my rocket fuel. Thank you, robot. Okay, I need one of these chests. Big requester. And a big storage, which I probably should limit a little less. Give me 100, sure. So where do I want to store this? Probably near here. I'm doing the metals. I'm gonna have to move how these metals are arriving, because one of these is not good. It can go anywhere. The current bot mall as it is gonna extend that way. This is my default landing. If I could probably do metals landing here, or I could use that space in the train station for each of the metals. I probably have enough space that I could put, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, is it 5 metals for now? Yeah, there's plenty of space for that. I could set up cryonite, vulcanite, beryllium, holmium, invar, but I can put it further up in case I need the macium at the bottom. But this, I'm not going to label because I don't want it doing anything yet, but I'll call it I don't... Oh, you can't oh, you can shift left click, it just doesn't make the noise. Weird. So 1, 2, beryllium, this would be where I want the... Okay, here. This is where I will want... Oh, the smaller ones are the ones that fit nicely. Okay. Temporarily... I will need to control these. This will be cryonite rods. This will be vulcanite blocks. I need to click this first. Beryllium ingot, and click the wrong area. Yes. It'll be cool to see, I think, all the stuff landing here someday. Oh, I might need the vitamin stuff. That'll be annoying. In iridium, not invar. But this is that. I can put my... Ooh, just enough space. This will be requesting 512, 256 times 10. That's not right. Maybe it is 50, whatever, 50 times 512. Oh, times 100, not times 10. So half, 256 times 100. 25,600. I'll probably set these up for all of these and then move stuff to fit. Let's go up one. There, that'll work. I mean, I think everything can work. I decided to just do it this way because I probably would have done it a different way if I didn't have a nice empty space that would never be used for anything. Like, I might have leaned into doing this as my landing supply, but this I'm not even done setting up, and it's already super annoying. But it'll be nice eventually. Just everything lands in one, and then the bot can split it quickly. I think it being little chests is maybe a bit flawed, but I didn't have any of the bigger chests with me when I set it up. Is that good request from buffer chests? And now I can do stuff. Not much right away, because I think I actually need to do the research before I can make the advanced electronics. So I have to get the science going, but I guess I could spend an hour designing or trying to design the science setup in space. Should be achievable. But first, this has been emptied. Let's send this to back to Novus. Launch. I wish it followed a little better, and I can turn this back to normal. Before I forget, because forgetting that would be pretty annoying. Plastic's waiting. Control 6. Oh, yeah, copper plate. I'm waiting for copper plates to fill up. This needs to be set to go... Turn that off because that was going to go to the wrong area. Copper plate. Launch on cargo full. And then once this goes, this should be working properly, I hope. And I can ignore it for a bit. But I can go to space. I'm gonna try and set up energy science here. Oops. It's gonna be a little less square than I would like because I built this in a bad spot, but I don't want to move it up. Energy science is the next step. First part is to see what I need. I could also just fix my beryllium, but I'm gonna let that ride for now. I'm more interested in science because I need lasers. There it is. Okay. Energy. Bup. 4 pieces. That Holmium plate's there. I'm already crafting mirrors. I need ion stream. Yeah, so I'll have to... With the bot heavy setup, it shouldn't be too painful. I should probably module everything. I really do need to get into the habit when designing. Like, I'm saying this as I'm going to start trying to lay this out. I really need to keep in mind the desire to beacon these buildings. I always forget, and then recently it's worked out pretty well, but I never remember to do it properly. Oh. That's very good to know. There. I kind of just assumed that it wouldn't. I didn't think it would. I'm glad it does. Makes sense. It's something that exists in Factorio in a different manner, and applying it here makes a lot of sense. So, ion stream is its own... I need to make ion stream. Multispectrals I'm already making. Uranium's going to need to be shipped up, but it inaccurately claims that I'm going to need... that I'm going to get 100% of my uranium back. But that's just not right at all. I don't know if that even needs to be a matrix, but... Blank data cards. Might not be the right thing to leave that way, but... If I look at this right now, I already have a crafter for blank data cards. I probably don't need to do that again, which is time saved. It is a lot of cards though. The multispectral mirrors I'm already crafting. Uranium needs to be delivered. Okay, delivery and craft. Most of this looks pretty simple. Because a lot of it is just manipulating... It's not a lot of freshly produced products. It's not observation and then the observations being converted and then combined. It's much more pieces, output, pieces, output, pieces, output, pieces, output. It's a lot more straightforward. I do need to figure out how I want to do the ion stream though, because it is a fluid that will need the plasma stream. Yeah. Well, because... Yeah. Well, I guess... The output... I guess the way it's set up is slightly unclear, but it's... The input is... Yeah, so, okay, so the input is the amount of uranium being lost. and the catalyst is just sort of representing the other 30 that's needed. I guess that makes sense. It's just slightly unclear. But yeah, this should be 60 input, but it's actually 30 catalyst, so it's the output that then gets input again. I guess that does make sense. That is so much uranium, I'm gonna run out very quickly, which means that I'm gonna need to set up a train stop, probably, for processing uranium, which is why I already set up sulfuric acid to put on a train. I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna have to mine uranium somewhere in large quantities, and then set up another Covarex thing, probably a bit scaled up. Let's check that. Uranium, if I want, I'm gonna say 90 per minute just to be excessive, because it shouldn't be too bad. If it's purely Covarex, running that and that, I need 36 centrifuges to get 90, which means 12 centrifuges can keep up 30. Yeah. I think I can leave it for a bit. Because what 12 centrifuges is the Covarex requirement for 90 to 35. Currently I have 8, so I'm at 2/3, which means that I should be producing potentially 20. Put them on the lower tier module. I should be getting about 20 235 per minute, which means that this should last for 480 minutes? 8 hours before I run out of 235? That should be fine. There should be no problems with that then. That's going fine. Going fine. Has this gotten its copper shipment yet? It has. Wonderful. Everything is moving. It didn't break when it stalled out. That's good. Oh, look at the beautiful fumes. Wonderful fumes, outputting and polluting this entire moon. Wonderful, beautiful pink fumes. How is the production now? It is at about 200, perfect. That does raise a question. I did... I don't know how to spell. I just did this at 20. Okay, I can't do everything right away. What I should do is add that, and then in the subfloor add that, and then in the subfloor, yes, this is what I should do. I can work on it based on the subfloors. Maybe. That's fine. That's that. I can ignore the significant data for the moment. I would be using that significant data, so I actually shouldn't ignore it. And there. And then stop being happy. Holmium, everything there looks fine. This would produce 6 science at the current system. Yeah. Oh, yes. I could, The catalog, undo that. The catalog, I'm undoing. Do. There, can I change the rest? I can't, I wish I could change it. So there, the insight is produced already. The insight might run into a problem, I don't know. I'm just worried. If I did it with the tier 3, limit that, producing comprehensive, that, and that. I'm going to do this in the correct order. I guess, yeah, if I accept it just being super slow for a while, it'll be fine. That's the first block. Okay, that's the energy. And it's broad. Polarization, electromag. Which I think might... I think matrix is fine. Then this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be the full chain of production. Yeah. Long term it'll be much better. It's a very different scale, I guess, because for this it's compared to the other. I'm gonna open the subfloor. Left click, okay. Compared to the Astro, it's a bit. It's just different with the inputs, so it's over designing that feels a little weirder. But looking at this, the outputs are fine. I have to deal with the cooling, but that's just connecting it to the big cooler. Particle, proton, all that stuff that just needs to be crafted. Materials science. Okay, that's fine. I didn't think there was one of those yet for tier 3, but I guess there is. Yeah, well, Energy Science 1 doesn't, even if it takes a while, it won't be a huge problem, I hope. Because there are a bunch of other things that I can work on that it doesn't help too much with. Can I shift left click there? Yes, I can. Just paste all speed modules, which will probably have issues. It's fairly low demand on machines. Yeah, it's very weird. Like, I guess it's because it's atomic data in a particle collider, so it's sort of smashing them together, but on like atomic smashing stuff instead of like trains smashing, and like the energy released, maybe. So that would be science 1. It is not an accurate recipe yet, because the insights will be inaccurate. The insights are the only part that are definitely inaccurate here. Yeah, blast everything with X-rays and gamma rays and every type of radiation. I'm not going to deal with. I was going to say I wasn't going to deal with this yet, but. This looks weird. That's the science one. Trying to do this with subfloors makes it weird because I'm not used to it. So I'm gonna choose to not look at anything else yet and just set up crafting for electromagnet, radiation, laser, and get those crafting in space. Probably excessive crafting, but give me a facility. Thermodynamics. I'm gonna make every facility. Except for, I don't need the mechanical yet, so I'm gonna leave that. Radiation. Electromagnet. Okay, here's where I think this is the correct. I could do the blue one. Facility, laser. I think that's also what I need for now. Laser, radiation, electro. I have supercomputers already. I need particle collider. Particle accelerator? Oh, I can't do the collider yet, can I? Because that's a higher tier. What is the number? Oh, only 10 megawatts. It's double, it's a lot. It will matter, considering my... I mean, my power is enough for now, but I probably will need a bunch more. Roboports are sad. I do need more... I just need more roboports down. Roboport. I'm gonna add a bunch of stuff that I need. And just have these get requested. Things that are not present for the crafting. I need more tanks. Oh. I turned off that requester. That's fine. And turn that back on. I need power. This goes here. There. I need more glass. I should be shipping glass up, but I can add more. An extra amount that's separate from the ratios. Oh yeah. Once I get that solar panel, it will be... I think it will be a pretty meaningful... like, bonus. It's gonna double my power gen? Flat. Flat. Maybe they produce twice as much? Yeah. Pretty good. Raises the question, what is my... Okay, I'll still be way short on my power gen capacity there. Oh, my ship should be here. Anchor on Novus. Anchor on Novus. Confirm anchor. Get refilled. I wonder if it kills me if I'm here. I bet it doesn't. But if I just stood there and landed it on me, it really should result in an instant death. That's far away, doesn't matter. I can probably add silos. 3 silos and 5 landing pads. Okay, back to space. I haven't actually designed anything, I'm just building the components. That, 15, that's fine. Even if I only need like 2. It's not too many. Bit wasteful. Get a lot more glass than I'm requesting. Give me 4,000. Just need more glass in general, honestly. But this is doing that. I can start designing on a base level. Base level means 1 electro, 1 radiation, 1 laser, 2 electro. Oh, and then the ion stream. Oop. Ion stream needs plasma. Plasma is here. So I can feed plasma down if I want to build it in the top left. It is made in a particle accelerator. Oh yeah, 103 megawatts. So that's probably the one to avoid fully speeding up. Or just avoid speeding up at all. 4 of those is probably fine, instead of speeding 2 up. Okay, that will be input there. So those will be supply. I pressed X accidentally? No, yeah, I did. Shift 3, Shift 4, Shift 4. So that will be supplied from up above. Yeah, it'll... Other than the fact that I'm looking at all 3 levels of science worth of cards at once. Oh well, actually, I think this kind of... Maybe this highlights a big difference. All 3 levels of cards requires less scrolling than... Or yeah, it's a comparable amount of scrolling as the single level of Astro 1. Not super meaningful, but it's kind of interesting. Electromagnet, radiation, laser, electro. Radiation. I need 2 electrodes and a laser. 2, 2. I need to deal with... So I'm going to ignore everything below here, other than ion stream. I should also put the ion stream... So the ion stream will be up here. I should consider piping some upwards. I actually have space to do that. That should be fine. Let's see that projectile. Okay. These are all very important. 1 conductivity, 1 electromagnetic field, and polarization. Those are all 4 that then go into a supercomputer. I will need a few supercomputers. 1, 2, 3 supercomputers. But I probably don't make... I'd probably just convert this significant data crafter. Filter, blacklist. Yeah, I think if I just do update this significant data, so I probably won't need to change anything for that. And it's close, so it's fine. I probably want to move significant data centrally eventually. Because I'm doing everything with bots, it's a lot easier to lay this out. I can kind of do whatever outside of liquids. So these both need that input, as does this one. These both have that output. I have to think of how I want this. I probably want these to go below here, because that's where the cooling is. This is the 25 degree. I'll have to run cool. Oh, I don't have the... What temperatures? Because these are asking for minus 100. It's all minus 100 in. These are both 25 out. This one is 10 out. Do I just... I probably could... It'd be pretty easy to make another set of these. And just have it, I don't know, feeding off of something central. That's 25. Oh, because it uses the 25 directly. Yeah, it's probably easiest. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff destroyed. More than normal. Guess I should blow some more stuff up. But it looks to me like that shouldn't be too bad to deal with the piping. I'll need to check how many hypercoolers I will need for the minus 100. I think having the minus 100 be dealt with on an individual basis for now is fine. If I ever feel the need to scale up, I probably need to adjust. Yeah, the biters are not, they're not happy with me. I think they take issue with the, you know, the pollution. I think they're crazy. I think they should. They're evolving faster from the pollution. They should thank me for destroying their entire world. I'm just kind of spam clicking because I don't know. I feel like trying to aim at them with the artillery is a waste of time. But if I just sort of spray everywhere, it will hit some of them. It's a bit of a waste of ammo, but it'll thin down the herd. Does this one have a connection? It does. Oh, just out of range. Oh wow, that's barely out of... That's not I'm out of ammo on the left side. That's what it is. Oh. I didn't think there was a nest right there. I guess I forgot about it. That's probably the one that's causing issues then. Good to see the gradual spread. This one shouldn't aggro anytime soon. It has trees. These guys are angry. They're probably part of the problem. Has my radar production been fixed? Yes. That's good. That means I should be producing... Ooh, wow. That's not looking great. Seeing belts at this stage being not full feels bad. But it's clearly because of that, which makes sense. Oh, I didn't remember that I had a bunch of chests of just plain copper ore. Just sitting there. Oh, that's silly. Oops, that's not powered. That's even sillier. Yeah. Like, the attacking is mostly... It's only really an issue when it breaks stuff. So as long as the lasers can kill stuff fast enough, it'll be fine. But yeah, I expanded to here, and this one doesn't get attacked that often, seemingly. Like, I don't think I will be able to manage expanding faster than my pollution cloud until I have Spidertrons. Maybe orbital lasers will be enough, I don't know. I mean, if I can just laser from space, maybe I'll be fine, but as long as it only makes a really annoying alert noise when stuff breaks. So as long as nothing breaks, I'm fine. Like, I think this section here is just really bad. Maybe terrain reasons. But that's the only bit. There's only 2 bits that have any issue. There and there. Really do need to move my artillery stuff. Oh, I was gonna clear this area, wasn't I? No, that wasn't it. It was this section that I was gonna clear. Because that's the only crossing point. And so I could contain that. And then I'd have all this land, and the oil, and the iron. Wonderful. But I shouldn't get too distracted. I could go for more than 20 minutes, but 20 minutes is what I want to try to follow. And I want to get this kind of laid out. So, this will be science. I need energy catalogs and energy those. Doot, doot. And I don't need this one, because that was for the significant data. Both of these output 25 degree. Because they feed into that as well. I could... This can run there, which doesn't feel ideal. Probably better to go with a sort of split like that. Run the space pipe. There, this isn't really should actually be there, but I'll need inputs and outputs and beacons. I mean, if I just move these together, I can kind of beacon... I can't beacon them all. If I put a beacon here... I might be able to, actually. Beacon there... Yeah, I can't reach far enough, so I can't beacon more than just 2, so I'll undo that. Move that there, because that looks better. This will get a beacon... We'll get a beacon... These are flawed beacons. I should instead move that beacon there, and that cuts down the beacons. And really, more importantly, the modules. Which reminds me... Yep. Not crafting enough modules because I don't have any of this. I don't have any of this because I don't have enough green circuits, I think. Yeah, Which, actually, look at the research. So actually, I need to look at this for a second more. Let's do that. It's not a good plan, I think, but it's running worse than it was before. Where I thought it was previously running fine, but now it's a bit of an issue. I need to address that production soon. That's tech progress. So, the research, this is the most important research, I think, just because it just works. Lasers are very important, but they can wait a little bit. This hypercooling recipe is one that I don't think the thermofluid could be worthwhile. These two I'm not going to worry about. Research lab speed is pretty good long term, but I don't need it right now. Cables are important. The cables are what unlock all the good stuff. I think I just focus on progress research. Get everything I need for pushing to the tier 3 and go back to pick up stuff that I missed. Except maybe I could pick up the wide area beacons before pushing past. Yeah. These two seem weird. The like base thermofluid recipe I can see. Actually, I have to compare it. I could see value in it just because it's usually it's like single input, very simple to change. Or like that becoming that is, yeah, it saves on oil and chemical gel, which is fine. It's fairly simple if you have the liquid there. Where these feel unnecessary. I don't know. I guess it's faster, but like, because you're in space, it's just easier to scale the size. Like, put more of the coolers. Yeah. 10, 20. 40, 20, yeah. It seems... These ones, to me, it feels like it's just an additional complication. Where just having more hypercoolers running and everything is a lot easier. I guess if you want to, like, optimize space and stuff, it might be better. Where's the Super Roboport research? That supercharger is material 2. So far away still. Wow, doesn't actually look that. Doesn't look that far away. But it's far. Yeah. Like, saving resources is good, it just... Love it. I have to use the buffer chest here? No, that won't work. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do this, because I did it in Space. In Space Age, I did something with buffer chests for pulling out and sorting items from the landing pad that used bots to pull it and then move it down. Oh, but then the issue with this not requesting from buffer is that it's currently pulling from the buffer chests here. Oh, I'm out of copper entirely. That's pretty funny. Also didn't turn the schedule on. I'll leave that for now. For the moment, I'm going to turn this off. No, that off. Can I... I can't really disable that, can I? Where's this going? Oh, to the buffer chest up. Yep, this is not gonna work. Okay. I'll have to figure out a better way to do this. I could... Yeah, I'm just gonna do this for a second. Okay, if I disable that, that equals... Why? Disabled by circuit, but it's... What is the disabled matter? Oh, the drawing to it. Okay. I mean, I could just put a buffer chest and change the entire thing. Turn that off for now. What is the better way to do this? If I just use a buffer chest temporarily, well, eventually if I do cargo rockets to ship, which whether I do or not, I don't know. If I eventually use cargo rockets to ship, oh, this can't request from buffer chests, right? Because buffer chests can't request from buffer chests. I mean, I could do something silly and try to find a place that's just out of logistics range and do that, but that'd be awful. Because then it defeats the purpose of it being a logistics chest. So what I could do is, if I had the space, which I might, if I leave these as... I have to move these over, but if I leave these as buffer chests, but I have them adjust... No, I can't adjust the request. I can set the request. I could use circuit logic similar to this stuff. I don't think I have the space to make a full thing like this, but I could work with something like this to control a buffer chest request with the buffer chest pulling in Holmium Ingots that are then moved to a separate storage chest so that I can collect them in a storage chest. I don't have space for this. I might have space. I might be able to make it work. But I have to do a bunch of that. The alternative would be I move a bunch of stuff around, but I use like long-handed inserters to pull out into a different chest here that would then have to not get requested into here, which would be its own issue. Place this here temporarily. just to get that out of there. But yeah, once I have a... If I did it via cargo rocket, it'd be way easier. Just move it into a storage chest. I'm good. Yeah? Okay, I can move these chests. It'll be awkward to move the chest right now because my inventory is full, but... turn that off. Just empty that out. I can move... Wait till they empty my garbage. If I move this over here, I can... I have to go back into space to make it work. Ooh, wait, maybe it just doesn't work. Oh no, you can place space undergrounds fine on the ground. Take it space underground to there. Filter this for the ingots. Kill the symmetry a bit. Do two. Give me that. Okay. That goes there. I can put that there. Do. I need to go into orbit to fix this, which is kind of annoying. Because I don't have any space transport belts with me. Could not craft them here. That's necessary. I will just jump this to orbit. Then I can go out into a... I could probably circuit control... I probably still need to set up a circuit for the request for Holmium Ingots. But I could probably set it up so that it requests Holmium Ingots only on a specific planet orbit. And if it's not in... or not planet orbit, but moon. When it's in the correct place, it requests those. Otherwise, it doesn't. I can probably control that. Where do I want to land? Does it matter? I'm here just to replace some belts. No, it doesn't matter. Can I fly? I did not drop my life support. Good. So I need a bunch of these. You know what? Might as well bring a bunch of these. Because I never know when I need them. This will go there to there to there, which will connect underground. Then I go back down to Novus. Very nice to be able to jump back and forth so quickly. Anchor. So that should be the correct anchor point now. Well, that's funny. It has a different thing there. That's cool. It actually shows it. It's not quite as obvious as I think it could be, but... So there. Output. And if I take this, put half of it in there, half of it in there, it will be kind of janky. But I want to see how it does. It's not nearly as visually obvious as I would expect for something that is, you know, a visual indicator. But doors are... maybe doors are bad. I haven't actually checked. No, doors are perfect. You should always have doors, even if you're not going to use them. Eventually, I will probably stop putting doors on ships, because they're kind of a nuisance, but And they're more expensive. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I'm going to need to figure out a circuit. Figure out... I need to pick up my items again. I need to figure out a circuit that allows me to... Is that color? Oh, okay, it's just red for some reason. Let's see if I can get a decider. The decider? Yep. I think a decider should be all I need. Then I take the signal... Let's place it there. Actually, let's swap that. That will take that signal and output those. So, planet, do these IDs, can I find this? Novus is 739. Okay. The new planet is 776. If planet signal, so I can do this real quick to see how this works, equals 739? No, that's incorrect. For moon. Interesting. Cool. One flat solar 2. I guess if you're if he said it was like half the width of my other ship, and this ship is wider than my other ship by a bit. You probably couldn't fit much more than one, could you? Okay, so planet 739, moon 776. If I switch this to planet, and I set this to 739, it works. If I set it to 776, it doesn't. Now if this is moon 776, output Holmium, I don't know how to spell, Holmium Ingot, just whatever, and then I need to figure out how I want to signal that. Yeah, this will be its own, that's not right. Hey. That's flawed. If I do this, it's reading the red signal as well, which means that I do need an arithmetic to cancel out the noise. I probably need one anyway. I want a constant combinator. Just give me all these. There. So I need an arithmetic to clear up. So this screen needs to be changed. This will now be a red. That's inputting all that. Temporarily, I should change this to planet. Planet 739. Yes, it does actually say right there. Why is it? Oh, equal to. That gives me the signal. Output that. Which I can adjust this. This is where the constant comes in. Probably be red. This would be Holmium. This is probably going to have issues if I do one for both. I'll probably have to address that. For now, I'm going to let it sit. Boop. Input count 1.5k. That feeds that into here. Now, I probably need to subtract. There's another type of one that exists that I've never even... I don't think the selector combinator is anything, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it even looks like. I think I should at least try to look at it. I don't think it's what I need. Select input, count inputs, outputs the number of distinct input signals, random input. Right. Inputs a random signal from the input. That's kind of neat. Don't know the use case yet, but outputs the stack size of the input signals. Select a specific signal out of all input signals based on criteria. Weird. I could see a world where that is useful. I don't think that's useful on a normal level of play. I don't think that will ever see use. Signals. I can control the input of that, but not with this all connected, because they're connected to each other and so they're unhappy. If with the previous connection, just do, if I do this, if I set requests, it goes that, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, plus the amount in there. It's both 1,000. I think it might be, if I did this. Okay, I think that's what I need to do. I need these to be on separate channels. I'm trying to make it so that this only requests Holmium ingots on the moon. So that it doesn't, I can use a different type of chest once I empty it to the left. Because once it's over here in a storage chest, I don't want it going into here. Or once it's in a the output guy, once it's in an active provider or something, I don't want it to feed back into here in any way. Which I'm pretty sure these do pull from storage chests, which would be a problem. But if I can confuse myself, because how do I have that as a circuit? Oh, because I'm directly connecting that. I think this should be fine. Clear that. Clear that. Nope, that can't be red. That being red is a problem. That being green should be fine. No? Oh, because it's not set. And then if I get rid of that, it will then output that when I need it. Yeah, I guess if I leave the trash unrequested here, then a big storage chest would work, which would be faster potentially. I'd have to. It would call for a lot of bots at once, but it would look better. Yeah. I need to control that a bit. I could... If I had a bigger ship, I assume I could put one of these guys, one of the receivers, and then I could do something with a receiver. But unless stuff passes between the clamps, like if I feed something into the wire pass-through, yeah, I could control, instead of controlling it, I mean, I still need this, I think, to read, but I could, but Isabelta's fun, because if I put oh no, this would feed in, this would be an issue already, but I would probably want to limit the Holmium going into this on the other side. I'm blocking it. I'd want to limit the Holmium going into the ship on the other side anyway. So I could, on this end, I could have a receiver, which I think I left one over here, but if I didn't, I'd have to fit it in somehow, which I don't have the space. I could put a receiver here, connected to the wires, I guess. A receiver here that gets a read on my Holmium storage. This is all stopped because this is stopped. This is stopped because... Oh. Okay, and that's not surprising. Or it shouldn't have been. Yeah, but this can control my... Get my signal from Novus, and once this Holmium is above a certain point, that can control the circuit through the clamp while it's here to prevent this signal from going. So I need to add an AND, which could be Holmium, molten Holmium or something, equals 0 or is less than... Actually, it would just be Holmium. Holmium... No, because I have that signal. It'd be Holmium green, but it can't be green because there's no green going into it, so it isn't happy, and then the green is there, it's messy. But that should be red-green. The green here should only be reading that. So I should be able to put green to that input. Hopefully that's not going to break anything. That's fine. Green Holmium is less than or equal to like 25,000, or it's some number, 26,000, I don't know. Then it can request it just fine. It should probably be 24,000. This means that I would need a signal I'm just kind of into the idea of being able to set this up now. This will be filtered to Holmium Ingots. These will be trash unrequested. Why would that output that? Because the green is going that way. Okay. Should be fine? Oh, actually no, requesting spaceship consoles is not good. That will be a problem someday. Can I pass this through something to clean it up? Yes, I can. Do I have the space? Potentially. Okay. That's there. I need something. Dude. Dude. I want more of those, actually. It'll trash unrequested, which means if I... Once that is placed there, if I put some holmium in here, it should all go here. And then the requester can request it down here, and then I'll have a lot of potential storage that will be useful long term. This can go back to one of those that is filtered for holmium. Oh, but no, that still doesn't work. This needs to be a buffer chest. That still does need to be a buffer chest. Which then brings up the point that it doesn't actually need the requester chest. It just needs the buffer. The buffer will pull it all from up there naturally. Except I was trying to test something, so I need to actually take some of the ingots. And not fly past because I was checking the time. I want to make sure this, in theory, will work. Mostly because I think it's kind of fun. And I think it could be useful long term to sort out how this... Okay. Oh, I have to redo the wires, don't I? This is red, which means this needs to be green. This is green. Nope, that was green, which means this is red. That's not the right connector. I have to keep connecting to that, right? Nothing. That. It's not a problem yet. Limit this to 3,000. If I dump this in here, it instantly gets trashed, which is what it should do. Once it's trashed, it goes to the buffer chest first, which is fine. Once the buffer chest is full, it'll go to that storage chest there, and that storage chest is where I will control the signal, because I don't need that much of a buffer, so I probably should just control the signal down here. But I would rather keep the storage chest for my own sanity, which means that I need a signal transmitter. Which will be Novus Holmonite Ingots. You can put robot requests into a signal transmitter? That seems odd. No, this Holmonite Ingots. This picks up Novus Holmonite Ingots. This is what it sends out. It should be here. which is currently 0. Which means that can't actually read it. Can't read this either because that's the power. I need this to fly there. Currently, can this get started? I do need to probably deal with the spaceship console thing. Unless that's classified differently, so it's not actually a spaceship console. Yes, that might not count. No, it does. It should count. I need to be careful to not land in space again, otherwise it'll pick up a bunch. I could clean up that signal, but it would take up space. Okay. What is the copper that is requesting from buffer? Probably this one? No. What calls for copper that would request from buffer? It's finally an issue to request from buffer for everything, but not this. Which turning off the request from buffer here is its own issue. Because if I turn it off here, I do need this storage chest to be full if I need to fill that rocket up. It's all its own nightmare. But I guess it's actually that I copy that and replace that, because no, that's not gonna work. Because it's still gonna request from that. It's still just a nightmare. Maybe signals that I can do. I don't know. Deal with that in the future. Currently it's fine, it just means that I would need to collect a lot before I could send it up automatically. I guess what it actually... never mind. What it actually means is that trash is unrequested as long as this is filtered, it should be fine. I don't need specifically a buffer warehouse. It's messy. Need to make sure I get to that fast enough. Yeah, they're all running up here. But this should all be set up. I'm gonna turn... Okay, so it only leaves here if it's full of fuel, has enough of that, and empties that out. It only leaves the other one. I always empty sulfuric acid first. Sulfuric acid in 6 minutes, or sulfuric acid, all copper. I'm going to remove the copper. Actually, I don't need to bring copper anymore, but I'll leave it for now. Because I have to empty all that. Copper, and at least 2950 holmium. I'm gonna observe potential. Probably shouldn't be powering the pumps with the ship. I'm gonna try to observe one cycle of that, see how it goes. Hopefully, it just works. I don't have a quick button for this. I'm actually gonna watch the full journey as I wrap up. It should be safe. Once it lands, I can test if the circuits are set up correctly. If I had an arithmetic yes. I think I would need an arithmetic on the green. That green would need to be... I need to turn this green into a one-way direction, which is easy. Just have the input and the output of this, of a combinator of some variety, be one. Input the green to there, output the green unmodified. And I think that would fix the console issue. Yeah. It's got a lot going on. And I wish turrets in this game didn't do this, where they go up, ooh, constantly, because it's kind of annoying to hear. But it's... looking at this kind of makes me miss the... like, the defense element of Space Age is kind of missing. Why did it suddenly have nothing? Weird. Like, the angles of railguns and all that. This is much, much simpler. The turrets clearly can tell if something is even potentially an issue, I think. And like, nothing's hitting you from the side. That's really weird. It's a very weird, I'm gonna call it a radar-based bug, where if you're zoomed far enough out, it just stops showing it. It's probably not a bug, it's actually probably just a function that interacts weirdly with normal Factorios. How it's built. It's gonna take a long time. Okay, 4 minutes. It means in 4 minutes I can work on some stuff, instead of just sitting there. So, I'm going to... that's going to close that, which is not ideal, but I'm going to need how much fluid? This is not accurate, but for my initial build, this was 7.8k, 25 degree output. Yeah, like I'm assuming it's also, like it's that functioning, but like once it's moving too far from the last place I was zoomed in enough. Like if I was laying something out with a ghost, I have to zoom in enough to actually be able to see it. And then once I zoom out, it would be visible. But I'm assuming the ship is sort of moving out of that range, and once it's out of this range, I don't know if it's actually moving, but like the way it's set up, I'm assuming it moves past a certain point, and then once it's out, poof, you can't see the zoom in anymore. But like it's working based off of that area, I'm guessing. As like a side effect of how the space exploration radar works. Also, not having the space exploration radar would be... it'd be rough to get used to again. Yeah, I got distracted by fun. Oh yes. 200, 600, 200, 500, 777, like 21k there. The energy science is significantly less thermofluid output. But this is the reduced everything. You don't really want to do... the thermofluid 25 is directly crafted. I need the input thermofluid, which is all... it's a mix, but for now, I just need minus 100, and never mind. No, I still just need minus 100, because that's the higher tier that's different. Hypercooling... cool thermofluid, whatever. One of these, fully speed moduled, fully beaconed. I only need one hypercooler for the -10 input, which means that I need the -10. Oh no, the -10 is all being fed by the big array. So I don't need to produce the -10. I just need to steal the -10 and one hypercooler. Okay, it's gonna be soon that's gonna land. So I need to go keep an eye on it. So yeah, one hypercooler. This gives me the 100 and excess 25. Excess 25. I can run this stuff over and up a bit, hypercool around here. The 25 feeds back in over there. And that's pretty easy. Oh, I should set the recipe. I need to make sure I keep an eye on it. That's set. That, I need the outputs here. These will need to merge somehow. This will also need to go back. I can probably put the hypercooler kind of here-ish. 1, 2, 3, if that's 5 wide, that's good, but I need to get back to my spaceship. Oh, it's probably on this planet already. It landed just fine. The request is currently not functional because the moon is 1.5k. Why is the moon 1.5k? That feels like that's not accurate. Oh, it adds them together. 776 times 2. Which signal do I want to actually read? I want to read the green signal? No, I want to read either one. Doesn't matter. Let's read green. Something is not right. Let's read red. Something is not right because I'm looping it together. I know why it's doing this. Because this is wired into there, it's just a feedback. That one's set correctly because of... That's... Did it freeze? No. I don't get why that's 393. Okay, clearly, I need to fix this. That part's fine. It's just trying to get everything. Yeah, it's kind of just this that's the issue. I think. I think if I add one of these, it might help a little. Because yeah, I think I need to add... Why are these feeding into here again? What value do these have that needs to be read? Is there any value from these that needs to be read? They used to need to be read, but now they don't. If I simply disconnect this for now, and disconnect this for now it should be fine. Red and green are both running there. That's definitely not what should be done. There. Stable signal, stable number. I'm gonna remove the copper. why was I reading this on the left? Because... No, I don't need to actually read the amount that's in the chest. Well, I don't need to read the amount of Holmium Ingots in the chest. That's fine. I also need more robots, but that's separate. I have my power drain. Okay, so about half this. Not ideal, but it's fine. At least, yeah. I had a reason to feed that into there, but why? I wanted to read their... Did I have a reason? I don't think I do. Why was I trying to feed information from the buffer chests out? Because I don't think I need it. No idea. But yeah, if I don't have that, then I think it's fine. Boop, boop. I think this should work. Now this will fill up on Holmium. It will empty out sulfuric acid as necessary, which currently... There could be issues here. I might need to cut back on the sulfuric acid if I want the Holmium to be going back and forth faster, but that's easy. Let's just destroy 2 tanks. Destroy 3 tanks, 4 tanks. Simple. Currently looking at the schedule. Empty. I'm going to remove the copper. The Holmium's not full. That does not look right. The sulfuric is not equal to 0. Oh yeah, because I was reading it for that. I needed it to read there for the scheduler, I thought. But maybe I actually just need this to read for the scheduler. And I was running it to the wrong thing. I was not... That doesn't work. Clearly that's not the right place to run the wire. Do I run it to... Unfortunate. Do I run... It's fine. Do I run the wire here? I think so. If that is less than 9,000, greater than 6,000, nope. Equal to 0. I need to actually, what? I assumed I had to feed it into, now I remember why I had that. Maybe I need to feed it into something else? I thought I had to feed it into... Just the passive, just have to connect it there. This to the main clamp. To get inputting there. In which case, that's what I need to set up. Oh, it stole the bots. That's not good. I need to always have some sort of pause then, no matter what I have set up. Otherwise it will abduct the robots, and that will cause a lot of problems. Well, I can work on this a little more. Well, done a couple issues already, which is good. A little bit of progress on fixing that. Needs output hot, which needs to go like that, which is wonderful that works. This can move a bunch closer. That is the correct temperature. Output cool thermo fluid minus 10, cool thermo 10, good. I could rotate it one, but that would not be good. This feeds in there. And this can connect. That leaves space for something if I want to add it. Temporarily, these will all be speed. This will cover 15 eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will cover that when it's a wide area. So temporarily, I will leave beacon. I will need to remember that I need to actually power stuff. That powers this section just fine. This guy here just sort of exists. Doesn't interact with fluids. I didn't leave space for input and output here, but it can be made to work. There. That still didn't work. Not enough space. So, that gives me enough space for... I can have a communal output. I need 2 types of output. This is the passive provider. This, I'm going to copy my setup. Is passive provider and active. I am lost. I'm over here. I want to flip it vertically, flip it horizontally. That is not correct. This is the active provider on the garbage and the passive provider on the good, which the garbage in this case actually is just blank data. Blank data. Limit. No, the blank data does not get limited. This gets limited. Needs to filter that. The liquid goes out. Then requester chest. Didn't need to do separate ones, that's fine. I'm gonna leave that not requesting from buffers because I'm actually using all the different types of chests. In, out, that's fine. These inputs, ion stream. Really, all 4 of those just to power, just to fuel that. Though it's fueling like a fraction of it. 0.7. So, and it's gonna be under. It's gonna be questionable, but. Oops, that's not right. Anything else good? Good. Yeah, oh yeah, actually that's, the streams all build off of each other too, right? Plasma. Oh yeah, so starting from the antimatter uses particle. Particle uses plasma. Oh no, it builds off of plasma. Okay. That makes it easier. Because if it was like plasma is used for ions, used for proton, used for particle, used for antimatter, it would be a little more challenging. Get back here. These bots have been stolen, which is very unfortunate. I should steal a bunch and send them back. Which isn't going to work without me adding another chest. But I can add a little buffer chest to this. And then redo the integrity. Good. Okay, let's go back. That is not... Oh, couldn't turn on trash unrequested. Okay. So far it's good. So far so good. Is the correct words. I called it Navis instead of Novice. That's silly. Okay, these guys are happy. This is being emptied. Oh, one of these guys died en route. Rest in peace. That's fine. Ship should... Scheduling is there. Oh, no. This should only be counting down after, right? Oh, no. It doesn't have the... Oh, no. This is not the correct... The train has the condition based on time passed with no action. This one doesn't. It's just raw time path. That's unfortunate. I could have it like, oh, 60 seconds with no changes, leave, perfect. But instead I have to set a timer that's longer than the time it takes to refill an empty. Also, this is not reading correctly. In theory, that should be the green feeding into there, which is not what it needs. The scheduler is saying that that is equal to 0, which means I'm doing it wrong. Is that reading correctly? No. Does Holmium in the trash slot not count as... Oh, because I'm... Oh no. I can't read content and set requests. So I can't control the scheduler with that, which I guess if I can't, then I can't, but... It's such an unfortunate limitation. Yeah, I should put... do I have a setting? No. 100 each robot. I think there's probably some way using multiple chests. Like, like a requester chest that feeds to a buffer chest. And then feeding it between the two to keep track of how much is where. Like, I think it would be doable with a lot more space to do it better, but I think for now... Also, my schedule's messed up. Because I should have... Oh, I'm also not reading these. Yeah, let's read red. Okay, so that is where I need to send the information. I mean, I can probably just get away with a time path. Like, if I just leave it here for 10 minutes, it's probably fine. I probably don't need 10 minutes, but like full fuel and 10 minutes. And that's the only real limiter. This one won't work. Because again, I can't read that, so I'd probably just leave it at 10 minutes for everything. Like, I can improve it later, I hope. But for now, I don't think I can. Which is a real shame. Why was that delivering something? Why was the robot trying to put Holmium inside that? What? That's weird. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this. In general, but... That's what it is. When it starts to fly, it switches to the moon signal instantly before it's even left. The moon circuit signal is where it's going to, not where it currently is. So I might have to find another signal to work with to control trying to move stuff into it right away. Because like hijacking a few bots every time will get old very quickly. I'll leave it running for now though. Like, I think it's running enough that I can forget about it until next week, and then forget about it next week and it shouldn't break. Excuse me. That looks really weird. But, I mean, in theory, this is Holmium production. I do need a bigger chest to store that in. I just don't have any, so I need to address... Oh, interesting. It circles ones that aren't connected. I kind of need to solve a few things, but it's working okay for now. And if I set up an actual cargo rocket, it shouldn't be too bad. That's a lot of cargo rocket sections. Cargo... I don't have a silo here. Thought I would have dropped off a silo, but I did not. I need to address that, but that can wait a bit. Yeah, the silo can be done, and then this will be less important. That was fun to learn, though. Learn how the circuits are kind of weird. It was a pretty good time. I have ideas that I will probably forget by the time I have the space to try to improve circuits. Just have space to work with. I'm very limited on my spaceship size. But as it is, kind of neat to try to work with circuits there. But I should stop here because, as always, I meant to stop 50 minutes ago, but I just kept going. It's always fun though, so it's never a bad thing to keep going. But I should stop. It's always fun. Thanks for watching, chatting, hangout. If you've got Pathfinder going this week, I hope it goes well for you. Yeah, thanks to anyone watching, chatting, and hang out otherwise. Have a nice night, day, week, etc. Bye-bye. I want to make this... I want to be able to wave. Being able to wave would be fun. It takes a bit of work, though. Yeah, Pathfinder's cool. Bye.